Hi everyone, my name is Jillian and I'm a circulation assistant at Cresskill Public Library. Today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite books. It's called Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. I happen personally to be a huge sci-fi nerd, and this book is normally listed in the historical fiction or fantasy sections of most libraries. On the bccls.org website, where you can actually rent this ebook, it will be listed under historical fiction. However, there are lots of sci-fi elements in this book. It is a very genre-bending book. So I feel that if you are also a big sci-fi nerd, you'll find this just as interesting as a lot of the other books listed under the sci-fi genre. Now, when asked to explain the plot of this book, it's honestly a little bit difficult at first, only because this book has a very unconventional structure. So each chapter consists of a fragment of a bigger story told by different characters who are living at different points in history. See, Cloud Atlas is a modern epic. The story spans hundreds and hundreds of years, and one of the characters is living in the 1800s, while another character is living hundreds and hundreds of years into the future in Hawaii, once civilization has sort of reverted back to living with the land. A common criticism of this book is that once you reach the chapters about the character living in Hawaii and the author's interpretation of the far future, you'll find that those particular chapters are written in a dialect of English that's a little bit hard to understand at first. It's this evolved version of the English language, so as you're reading it, you might be a little bit puzzled at first. It might slow you down a little bit. However, I find personally that this is one of the most interesting parts of this book. If you are particularly interested in the evolution of modern languages and how they grow and change over time, I think that you'll really appreciate the fact that the author was able to come up with this dialect. Another thing you'll notice is that this book does not flow in order in the traditional sense. So there's several different narratives being told here that all sort of tie into revealing this singular message that beauty will save the world and that all humans are connected. The stories don't really flow in order. For example, you'll be in one chapter that's revealing the end of a story that you will read later on starting from the beginning, or you'll be near the end of the book and you'll basically be reading the beginning of one of the stories. Some people find this a bit challenging, because sometimes it's hard when authors make the decision to skip around like this, or use a structure that's not necessarily traditional. However, if you like mystery, this is one of the reasons as to why this book might appeal to people who love mysteries as well, because the author doesn't reveal everything at once. He sort of gives you fragments of the story as he goes along. He also creates this clever overlap between stories in a sense that the character living in the 70s stumbles across a box of letters written by the character in the 1930s, and future humans stumble across a film based on the life of the character living in 2012. So he'll leave little Easter eggs that are reminding you of the other stories. And the purpose of this is to sort of emphasize the idea that all humans are connected in a way, that our lives and the decisions that we make while we are here on Earth can affect history, and that the decisions that we're making now can affect the decisions that people make later on. Again, this book is genre bending, so there's a little bit of something for everyone's tastes in this book. If you really enjoy period dramas, you'll probably like the chapters about Adam Ewing, who lives in the 1800s. And if you like mysteries, you'll probably like the chapters about Louisa Ray trying to solve a mystery in the 1970s. If you're a sci-fi nerd like me, you'll probably feel yourself drawn most to the chapters about the horizon of Sunmi 451. Those ones especially hit home for me. Overall, this book is a pretty good read, and I highly recommend that everybody try reading at least once. It has 4.02 stars on Goodreads and plenty of other good reviews as well. The book is available now in ebook form on bccls.org, Libby, and Hoopla, and you can also get your hands on the audiobook if you prefer to listen to the book rather than read it on the screen. Again, my name is Jillian, and thank you for watching my book review. I hope that all of you are healthy, safe, and happy during these uncertain times. And happy reading!